This is the voice of Indiana County. 101.1 FM and AM 1160. WCCS.
Indiana in the Morning, always presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. Member FDIC. It's 8:44 in the morning on a Monday, day after the Super Bowl. Poom, did you stay up late and watch it?
Nope. Yes, I did, actually.
You did? All right. Were you watching more for the commercials or for the game?
Commercials.
For the commercials. I think that's pretty much the general consensus of folks who have been in here so far today. Well, Poom Sunachawa-Taylor is with us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning, and our visit presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Law Firm and Best Personal Injury Lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. The Great Decisions series is here already.
Yes, we are well on the way on our 8-part series. We end April 1st. It's every Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. So our first program about Gaza and the changing Middle East drew a lot of interest.
Did it really?
Yes, it did, because I had a feeling Gaza would still be foremost in everybody's minds because with the ceasefire and what's going on in the Middle East. And
now the release of hostages is a part of it all.
Exactly. So we actually have our own Middle East scholar here at IUP, Dr. Rachel Sternfeld. She's brilliant. She is a UT graduate from Austin, Texas. She spent a couple of years in Egypt, a couple of years in Syria. She can speak Arabic too.
Oh, yeah.
So she was fantastic. I think we had a full house. I think there was a good 35, 40 people there.
Yeah. When you got into the topic and began discussing it last week, were there people, I've always wondered this, who were talking about the lack of balance between the number of people being released from one side as opposed to the very small number of people being released from the other side?
No.
No, that wasn't concerning to them?
The main concern was the number of Palestinians killed. Because the number of Palestinians killed was really high. It was up at about 40,000, and half of which are women and children. And that was a huge concern for a lot of people across the board.
So that was last Tuesday.
Yep.
Now tomorrow, give us a preview.
And tomorrow we have another very interesting topic coming up. This is on everybody's minds. The economy, the global economy of how it's affecting our world today. And we're going to have another great economist, Dr. Will Riddell. He's also an IUP professor. We're going to be presenting the U.S. and the changing leadership in the world economy. So with the changing leadership, with the tariffs, what's going on, this, I think, is going to be another hot topic tomorrow.
More tariffs, of course, are being announced today. So
Correct.
The way that all works out, is it a negotiating tactic? Is it something that is actually going to take effect and work on our economy and cause some pain here in the U.S. and around the world? Those are all great topics to explore. And that's what it is. It's an exploration of the topic.
Exactly. And it's a great way to catch up on what's happening in the United States and how the United States is acting globally with what's going on with our economy. I mean, quite simply, when we look at the economy, we look at eggs, gas, things like that. And even eggs we're impacted.
Oh, yeah. And especially with the avian flu, which now is being spread into Pennsylvania by migrating geese, they say. And so hundreds of geese turning up dead. And those geese that are coming back into Pennsylvania, carrying the virus with them, farm animals and other livestock which get around them, they can catch it as well. And so, in fact, it's a part of our news cycle this morning, the state agriculture department talking about that.
Exactly. And we see it, we feel it, we see it in the egg prices, even our local Waffle Houses. I think they've had to increase their egg prices. Yeah. And this is going to impact everybody because we all have to eat, a majority of us eat eggs for protein. Yeah. So look at our local restaurants. They're going to have to increase prices.
And we see, how one small thing that we think of as small is going to have an effect, chain reaction up and down the line, and all of that is going to affect our prices that we're paying for things. That affects our wallets and our bank accounts. And there are so many people now that are living on credit and living on credit cards, and that's a very dangerous practice for a family. You can't save that way.
And isn't that increasing too?
Yeah,
the
it
amount
is.
of credit card debt?
It is, absolutely. And you know, in the end, well, is there an end? Does it keep going up? So that'll be the topic of discussion tomorrow. Now, it's one speaker, correct?
Correct. And this is Dr. Will Riddell from IUP. He's a professor of economics. He's a professor emeritus. So he's retired. I think he's been retired for about 5 years now.
Yeah. And when people come to a Great Decisions visit, they can have some input as well and discuss.
Yes,
and
there's
ask
a Q&A
questions.
session, and we ask for a $5 donation, and we usually have coffee and pastries and snacks, and people usually stay after and discuss topics that are coming up. And then the next one coming up after that is the American Foreign Policy at a Crossroads by Dr. Howard Hastings. Then we're looking at the U.S.-China relationships, then international cooperation on climate change. And this one is a very popular one because Dr. Anthony Warnock from IUP, he specializes in climate change. And he's been a very vocal advocate of solar panels, like other reusable forms of energy. Then we have the future of NATO and European security, and then the future of AI and American national security. And that's another really interesting one because AI is on everyone's minds. Like, how are we going to use it? Are we going to go completely to automated robots? And that, I think that scares a lot of people. But I think there's something you can do, and that's come and listen, see what future jobs there are. What can you do with your skills?
Yeah.
And then we'll end with another interesting topic, India between China, the West, and the global South. And this will be presented by Dr. Krish Krishnan, and he's an IUP professor too. And he travels a lot between the United States and between here and India because we have a branch campus, IUP does, in India.
Yeah, and that's a really, for people here on campus and throughout the community, there is, maybe not surprising, but there is a very vocal, maybe not vocal is the word, a greatly represented population from India living here and that entire region. And there's a great Chinese representation here in
We
Indiana
do,
as well.
and this is because of IUP.
Yeah.
Because IUP, one of the largest departments, is the business school. So we have a lot of professors from India, and we also have a lot of Indian professors in the biology and chemistry department.
Yeah, so all of that will make for a very, very good discussion.
Yes.
And that'll be the last of them?
Yes, that'll be the last of them on April 1st. And they're all on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's at the First UU Church, 285 Tulick Drive.
So it's a very, I don't know that fun is the word I'd use either.
Informal.
It's a very informative and informal discussion of world topics of great import.
Fun, coffee,
Yeah.
fellowship.
All that good stuff.
Yep.
All that good stuff. And people can come and of course, Great Decisions has been around for a lot of years.
Yes, we started here about 40 years ago with Dr. Platt, and he's a professor in political science, followed by Dr. Will Riddell also helped. And they started out in different people's homes, then they moved to the churches, then they moved to the library, and the library meaning the Indiana Free Library, right across the street from us. And now we are administered through the New Century Club, and the New Century Club is an arm of the Indiana Free Library, which is the Friends program.
Yeah, yeah. So anybody can come.
Yep,
And-
open
and
to all.
Be a part of the program. You don't have to go to all of them. If there's one that is of more interest to you than another, then attend that one, and maybe that will spur your interest. You'll be back for some of the ones that maybe you haven't had an interest in before.
Yep,
Terrific. All right, so all of that is happening Tuesdays.
at 10
more.
a.m.
7 more sessions.
7 more to go.
Yeah, yeah. All right, but what else do we need to know about it?
Mainly that, it's open to everybody. It's a mix of people, a lot of retired folks since it's 10 o'clock in the morning, but some people who are still working try to make it in. So we have a a very diverse group. It's very open. I think people should feel free to stop by if they're interested in any of these topics.
Do you ever get any IUP students that come?
We have sometimes current IUP students, but we actually have to coerce them to come.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they assign extra credit hours.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But okay, once they do come, they're there.
Yes,
and get a chance to maybe add their perspective to it, especially if they're international students.
Well, the interesting thing is sometimes they're the international students who are here doing their PhDs. So sometimes the presenters are actually students too.
Yeah, yeah.
So it offers a current view of what's happening in these different countries by somebody living in those countries in some cases.
Yeah. Okay, so let's revisit tomorrow's topic because that's the one that's coming up.
And tomorrow's topic is the one about the economy. So that'll be at 10 a.m. It's the changing leadership, the U.S. and changing leadership of the world economy. And that'll be with Dr. Will Riddell. He is an IUP professor in economics. So I think that will be very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Tulip Drive, for those of you who don't know, just head out East Pike and hang a right.
Exactly, exactly. And if you go too far, you're going to hit the S&T Bank Arena. So circle back if you hit the S&T Bank Arena.
Yeah, if you get that far, turn around and go back and hang a left then.
And in which case you'd be a left.
Thanks, Poom. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. So, Poom, did you have a favorite commercial last night?
The one I did not like was the seal one.
It
was creepy.
That's what I said.
It just looked so creepy.
Yeah, that was not good. That was not good. My favorites, three of them, Martha Stewart dancing.
That was very nice. Very uplifting.
Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
But that one reminded me of the movie. It was good, and it was a remake of the movie.
Yeah, that was that. Josh loved the Budweiser Clydesdale.
Those are always good.
The young foal. And I like the Willem Dafoe, Catherine O'Hara pickleball for Michelob Ultra.
I think that might make the favorite.
Yeah.
That one was very good.
Yeah. Well, coming up right after the news at the top of the hour, we're going to have Dave Schaffner on with us. We had Dave here last week, and people can actually go to spotbowl.com. They can watch all of the commercials, and there are two icons there. You can press thumbs up or thumbs down. Dave is going to tell us what people liked, what people didn't like, and what the scores were for all of the Super Bowl commercials. So
wow.
He'll be joining us in our next half hour. Thanks, Poom.
Thanks for having me.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Fox News is coming your way next at the top of the hour. Josh in the WCCS newsroom after that. Dave Schaffner is with us from Spot Bowl in our next half hour. And also in our next hour, we've got a Money Matters report coming up. Monica Nelson has that. We'll do the health cycle as well. Sarah Lee Kessler was a little bit late getting here today, but she's here now. And we also have Lisa Brady making the house call this morning. Indiana in the Morning, always presented by First Commonwealth Bank, the voice of Indiana County, WCCS.
Looking for unforgettable memories? Repine Travel has the perfect adventure waiting for you. Dream big within 2025. Discover the charm of New Orleans and Kentucky, or venture across the stunning landscapes of Scotland and Ireland this September. Prefer a tropical escape? Set sail on a no-fly Bahamas cruise this October aboard Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas. Your dream getaway is just a call or click away. Visit repinetravel.com and book your next adventure with Repine Travel today.
The Indiana Regional Medical Center is helping you thrive in 2025. Take control of your health, make informed choices, and thrive in every way. Each month in 2025, take advantage of various IRMC health screenings and educational seminars to improve your health and well-being from head to toe. Weight loss and fitness, heart health, colorectal cancer, facial injuries and oral cancers, suicide prevention, brain health, preventing falls, skin cancers, vascular health, breast health, and diabetes too. And in December, IRMC will help you take stock of the year you've had, focusing on health goals, the progress you've made, and the way forward into another new year in 26. Most of the screenings and seminars are free, and the rest are at very low cost. Thrive in 2025. Visit irmc.org/2025 and do it often to find out what's new for you and to register for the next event or screening. IRMC, better health, better life.
I'm Bob Marcus.
And I'm Brian Nitterheiser.
After an accident, don't risk your future without first calling Marcus and Mac.
When life changes in the blink of an eye, you need aggressive and experienced representation.
That's where Marcus and Mac can help.
The consultation is free, and we have 5 convenient offices, including Indiana.
Marcus and Mac, local care with a national reputation, because we mean business.
Call the Hurt Line or visit us online at marcusandmac.com.